Hi guys, it's your boy, the Supreme Leader. Yes, the Supreme Leader. And today I'm at home and I decided to come on live and do this video for you guys. If you are online, you can also join me so that we can chat a little bit. Mwah, 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 mwah. All right, so I had some questions some few days ago. The questions were about cheap flights and all that, like cheap flights and also hotel tour as well. And there are people who normally have difficulties. um There are people who have difficulties getting flights, like cheap flights, and also knowing how to get connected flight to different countries. Okay, for example, if you want to travel to South America, yeah, you want to come to South America or some place like Brazil, sometimes there are people having problems with transit issues, like transit visa problems and stuff like that. So sometimes when they want to travel, they face this kind of difficulties with transit visas and all that. Yes, this is my home. Yes, it is my house. So normally, how do you get cheap flight to travel to a different country, and how also do you get to know if you need transit visa? What? You won't start until I start videos. See your face. All right. So, like I was saying, first of all, you have to go to Google. Sometimes you don't need to go to agencies to check your flights for you. Because sometimes the agencies themselves, to do this kind of job for you, normally they charge you. And these kind of things are free. You don't have to pay for any agent to check a ticket for you or to know if you need a transit visa or not. You can do it yourself. Normally what happens is that when you go to Google, as soon as you open Google, all you have to do is what? You have to type your airport code, which is your location, where you are going to travel from. You understand? And also look for the destination code too as well. Guys, hold on a second. Yes. Let me set the camera so that you guys can at least. Yes, if you can hear me, yes, she's here with me. You see her? Oh, sem problema, tranquilo. I'm about to eat my breakfast, and I decided I went to town. So I just go home, and I'm about to eat my breakfast.
Milk. Mama is jealous. I want kids.
Yeah, so like I was saying, you can simply do it. All you have to do is you have to go to Google. When you go to Google, you type your location, where you are coming from, okay? For example, I want to travel to Africa, okay? And I live here in Brazil. And the city that I live is Brasilia, okay? And I want to go to Ghana in Africa, a country called Ghana in Africa. And the capital is called Accra. So I want a cheap flight. And I don't want to do any transit in Europe. You understand? For instance, For example, I'm using maybe a Liberian passport. So as I'm using a Liberian passport, I might need a transit visa through Europe to Africa. So in this situation, what do I have to do? I have to look for a ticket or a flight which I won't need, what do you call it? I won't need a transit visa. It is possible. There are many people who normally want ask me a question like, oh, we want to travel to Bolivia, but we don't know which flight we can use to Bolivia. Look, guys, there are many flights which come from Africa to Bolivia. There are a lot, like Turkish Airlines, Emirates, and thank you so much, James. Emirates also travel, like Emirates goes worldwide. Ethiopia Airlines too as well. Air Maroc also as well. But most of the transit you are going to be doing is you are going to transit through Brazil, which most of the passports, African passports, you don't need transit through Brazil, especially when you are going to maybe have maybe 4 hours, up to 4 hours transit. You don't need a visa or transit visa through Brazil. So what happens is that you have to look for a flight like Emirates. Normally, it's about the money, because most of these flights that you don't need a transit visa, normally they are very expensive. You understand? So if you are flying from, for example, Uganda, you are traveling from Uganda to Bolivia, or you are traveling from Ghana to Bolivia, you have to use a flight like, you are welcome, Mr. KB. You have to use a flight like Emirates, because what happens is that Emirates, they fly worldwide. Even when they don't go to Bolivia, most definitely they will have a connected flight from Dubai to South America. And when you come to South America, there are a variety of flights which fly to Bolivia that you don't need a transit. You understand? And majority of these flights fly from Brazil. You understand? So therefore, you don't need a transit visa through Europe, because there are a whole lot of European flights which fly direct from Africa, Europe, and then South America. But in this situation, there are a whole lot of people who don't want to pass through Europe because of what? The transit visa. You understand? So, okay, fine. I understand. If you don't want to travel with transit visa, you can still travel. And there is a lot of option for you. But what you have to do, how are you going to get to know which flight you can travel with without transit visa? This is something that I have to do a video and teach you how to do it. But first of all, let me talk about it. You have to go on Google. You can do it yourself. You don't need to pay anybody to do it. You yourself, you can do it. You go to Google. You open Google. When you open Google, you are traveling from Uganda. What is the capital city of Uganda? You are traveling from Ghana. What is the capital city of Ghana? Accra. Okay. First of all, what you have to do is you have to type Accra to, for example, you are coming to Ecuador. Okay. What is the capital city of Ecuador? It's Quito, right? Okay, so you type from Accra to Quito, or from Lagos to Quito. So when you type on Google search, what happens is that, good morning, my sister. How are you doing? I hope everything is fine. Yes, so I decided to come and then give my people some tips on how to get a ticket without a transit, and also how to get a cheap ticket too as well if you want to travel to any part of the world. So the question today is, we thank God, that is great. So the question today is, how do you get a ticket or a flight that you are going to be traveling with without a transit? Okay? And this is how the process goes. You go on Google. When you open Google search, you just type, like for example, you type from Accra to Quito. Okay? You type your city, the city that you are living in. If you are living in Lagos, you type from Lagos to Quito. And then, wow, amazing. This is wonderful. I like driving to and then, like watching or recording too as well. I just got back from town. I was driving in that. I was supposed to do start the video when I was in town. But I decided to come quick because the mother is alone with the baby. Oh, guys, I did some tea and I was supposed to, I have to drink this tea. You see, my teacup is very huge, very big. And very soon I have to eat lunch too as well. And this is my bread. It is 11 a.m. here. Okay, guys, so when you type like from Lagos to Quito, you see a list of flights, okay? You see a list of flights, and then you see the prices. Yes, we are doing super great. Today we are all at home because of the coronavirus. We are not going out. We are at home, safe and sound. And I decided to come online so that I'll see if I can catch you guys online so that we can talk a little bit. So when you type from Lagos to Quito, it will come with a page. Yes, it will come with a page. So when it opens the page, you see Google has a travel agency, okay? Google itself has a travel agency, which when you search flights, it will give you majority of what? Of prices, like variety of what? Prices. Then you go through the prices. Because first of all, don't focus on the cheapest price. Because on the cheapest price, most of these cheapest prices, the flights you are going to have are flights which will go through Europe. You understand? So most definitely you might need a transit visa with a cheap ticket. So you have to go through it and you have to open the itinerary. Okay? You have to open the itinerary because when you open the itinerary, you get to know if like for sure you need a transit visa or not. Because within the itinerary, you see if the flight says from Lagos to Dubai, from Dubai to Johannesburg, from Johannesburg to Quito or something. You see everything with yourself. So, and also when you open that page, what happens is that there is another section. There is another section in the page that you can use to explore cheaper time to travel. Okay? But all these things, I have to do a video and then show you and teach you how to do it. You understand? So today, I simply come here to give you the tips. You understand? And also, some of the questions that I had about visa-free countries too as well, I decided to talk about this thing. But it is a topic where you have to be online so that you can ask me the question, then I can simply answer you specifically according to your question. You understand? So that I can give you a very instant question too as well. You understand? So for example, we should assume a question that I had about seeking asylum here in Brazil. There are people who want to come and seek asylum. Here normally, to seek asylum is very, very simple and easy. It is very difficult for you to be rejected as an asylum seeker here in South America. But like I said in some of my videos, when you seek asylum, it's like you are buying time for yourself. So it's like you have to look for a way to live out of the asylum, although you won't have any problem, but it's better that way. And also, secondly, there are people who want to travel with a student visa. And then when they come, they will see what they can do with a student visa. Yes, it is good to travel with student visa. But for example, if you want to come migrate and with student visa, you have to be prepared because student visas are very, very expensive. You understand? They are very, very, very expensive. That is why a whole lot of people from war zone countries and also some countries which like they can simply apply for refugee status. You have to come with what? A tourist visa, because a tourist visa does it all. Although most of the tourist visas have conditions on it. You understand? Some of the tourist visa you can simply renew it. Some of the tourist visa won't allow you to renew them. You understand? So what happens is that when you come with a tourist visa, you are able to come in. Seeking asylum is very simple. You can just do it. It's not a big problem. But you have to know, when you seek asylum, it's like you are buying time for yourself. You understand? Guys, I want to finish this food, because if I'm eating and talking, it's going to be ugly. So let me finish the food. If possible, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that video and teach you guys how to search for flight, cheaper flight, and also what? Some other things. So guys, I love you guys. Don't forget to support the Supreme Leader, subscribe to this channel, share the channel, and leave your comment at the comment section. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram too as well. I love you guys.